Smartest move the franchise has made. Bailey and Jeremy.
Zyn.com/find. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are joined today with Bailey and Jeremy. But before we bring them in, we do have to talk about the news that's dropped. The new Bachelorette, Taylor Frankie Paul. What do you think?
I'm excited.
Me too.
I personally am...
Smartest move the franchise has made, maybe ever, in my opinion.
Really?
I think it's great, in my opinion. You know, and I know people are going to disagree with that, but I think it's fantastic.
Why do you think that?
Because I just think it's so captivating. Like I really want to watch. If you just took somebody from the franchise or an unknown, I don't know. I wouldn't be as I'm drawn in now. I need to see how this plays out, and I think she's the perfect girl for it.
I agree. I am a fan of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu.
Well, I've only seen the reunion with you. I watched the reunion and I was like, oh, this is fucking addicting.
Yeah, it's so addicting.
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of my seat for season 3 of November, which is going to come out, and then I'm assuming the Bachelorette will come out soon after that. So Frankie Paul has a big couple months ahead of her. I mean, she's going to film The Bachelorette. She's going to have 2 shows come out, The Bachelorette and Mormon Wives. I mean, it's so exciting. I feel like the discourse online has been a lot of excitement around her, and then also criticism, which I think is in some ways a good thing. I think it gets people talking. It gets discourse around the topic, which I think will then drive viewership to the show, which is great. It's what we want. And I know that people are upset, why are you changing it up, not choosing someone from the franchise? I personally don't have an issue with it. I think that people have been calling for change within the franchise for a long time, but then sometimes when change comes, it feels uncomfortable and people reject it. I think this is a good change. I think that she's single, she's dynamic, she's gorgeous. I think she's looking for love. And that's the only requirement to be on the show.
Yeah.
You have to be single and looking for love.
The Bachelor started, I think the first 3 or 4 seasons, it was ex Jesse Palmer's. It was football players.
Pro athletes.
Yeah.
People that were in the public eye that had... social media wasn't a thing, but they had an audience. They had a fan base.
I love that she's on another show. And I love the fact that there's 2 seasons of her on television that a bunch of guys will go on this show and they're probably going to be too lazy to even watch. And they're going to have no idea who they're dating.
That's what I'm almost most excited for is... for the guys that come on that have gone and done the research and watched all this stuff about her, and then on the flip, the guys that come on and are oh yeah, I heard she was on some other show, but didn't watch, don't know much about her, and it's oh, you're about to learn so much.
Yeah, I think
you're about to be in for a ride, buddy.
I can't wait to watch. I think just way to go, Bachelor.
Way to go, Bachelor.
Very, 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 very good move. I don't really say that often.
No,
not that I have any issues.
Not
that I have any issues with what they do, but way to go.
Yeah, compliments are hard to find from Joe. So when you get one, snatch it up. But I'm really excited for her. I'm excited. I don't know.
I compliment a lot of people.
Okay.
I complimented you today on that outfit.
You did.
Yeah, thank you.
But I'm your wife, so it's a little bit different. But I can't wait to watch. I think that fans that are, looking to get more excited about the season or just learn more, I think you should go back and watch the show. Go watch Mormon Wives, get to know her, develop your opinion, and maybe it'll even change when you watch her as the Bachelorette. I think you're gonna learn even more about her. I mean, we've seen her relationship play out in the last 2 seasons, but now we're watching our girl date, and that's a whole different ballgame.
And I think you're gonna bring a new audience in, which is also a pro. I'm here for it. Okay, I think we have Jeremy and Bailey. They are waiting. Should we bring them in?
Yeah, let's do it. Stay tuned for the new season of The Bachelorette, and let's talk to Jeremy and Bailey about their time in paradise.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back as a couple.
Hi, guys. We're excited to be here.
honestly, I'm not kidding. Jeremy, you were on Jen season. You went decently far. You didn't get a lot of airtime, but you have been on this podcast more than anyone.
I swear I was thinking about that 10 minutes ago. Like I've probably been on this podcast 10 times already.
Yeah,
You've
for
been on a
sure.
lot.
We've had like you've been on this podcast with like 10 people. You've been on it with 5 people. It's been crazy.
Charity, it's silly.
Yeah, we've done like you alone, you in a panel, you after tell all, and now you with your beautiful girlfriend. So this is the perfect way to kind of summarize your journey on Bachelor Happy Hour.
You're done with bachelor shows.
Yeah. How are you guys? So how are you guys feeling post finale, post reunion right now?
Yeah, I think we feel really good. We're slightly happy that the show is done. I think just having a mental break will be really good. And, also being in public just normally, even though we've kind of been walking around like normal, but I think it just all feels like we're now able to like go into normal life. And post reunion, I feel like we handled a lot of things that we needed to handle with certain people, and I feel like we're really happy with the outcome, and I feel like that's all we could ask for. I think we all left being friends again and being in everyone's good graces, and I feel like I think that's really all we wanted from the reunion, and to like see our friends again, and I feel like that happened.
You two have had a pretty rough journey when it comes to the Bachelor Nation itself and how they feel about you guys, and I'm sure you guys have gotten a good amount of hate for sure. What is the temperature check now with everyone? Have they received you as a couple? Are they?
I mean, like, listen, it's tough because like it has been very rough, like from a fan audience perspective, but like while we filmed, it wasn't like that rough for us, or like a few tough days, and like. So it does kind of suck with some of the reaction we've gotten, but at the end of the day, like it's a TV show, and we try for it to like not get to us too much. It has gotten better though, and I think now that people see we're together and like how much effort we've put in for each other, that it's been received better, and we hope it continues to get better. At the end of the day, like we can only explain so much, and I think the audience.
They have a lot of questions.
They have a lot of questions, but they're also like only willing to hear so much, and half of it just goes through their ear anyway. So
yeah, it's also, I think the reunion's a lot to digest.
Yeah.
Also, so I don't know, maybe people will need to listen to it a few times to really hear what we're saying. But I feel like it's been received pretty well. Like I think now we are less stressed and we're able to just like be our silly selves. I think it was like really hard during filming to just like want to laugh about everything, and I think now we can really enjoy it and just be able to like be fully authentically ourselves. Well, like really we've just been like very taking a step back this whole season and not like posting so many silly things. I think just because we've been really overwhelmed and it's been a harsh place, and so I think people getting to know us more will be really important. And but so far everyone's been really sweet, and I get people have questions and they want answers, and I hope that part of the reunion answers those for them. So,
well, even if you like, I think some people have to kind of, it's hard because it's a show that they love and watch. But I think like if you take a step back and realize like Jeremy made some mistakes in a relationship that was 11 days old. Like how many people are starting a relationship on Hinge in the first 11 days? You better believe they're saying some fucked up shit to their friends about that person. That's kind of like that's
talking. Yeah. Literally, we said this on the reunion. Actually, we were like, okay, yes, like some people's relationships here, like those are unicorns. Like I feel like our relationship was pretty similar to like similar to how real world works. It's like when you're beginning to date someone, number one, you don't have to watch it back and see what they're thinking of and what they're going through. And number two, you also don't have to hear like how they're feeling. And I think there's doubts and there's stress in the beginning of relationships when you're starting and when you're just like talking to someone. And literally it was like an 11-day relationship. I think it was like it was like 9 days at that point.
It was 9 days. And it wasn't even really a relationship.
You have to calm down.
No, yeah.
I know that's a year in Bachelor time, but it's not realistic to normal days. Like we still are going through normal days as it seems. But
yeah, and I'd love to see the relationships of some of the people commenting and sending us DMs. I'd love to see how perfect it is.
I'm like, I also feel like no relationship is perfect. Nobody's perfect. So like, I don't know. I think everyone deserves grace, real world, in paradise. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and ours is pretty damn good, but
Yeah.
there were a few days that like, and yeah, I can own up to it and like try to take accountability a million times. There were a few tough days, but we're in a really, really great place now.
Good.
Going into the reunion, did you guys have any sort of like overarching hope or goal, like something you really wanted to get across to the listeners, or just like something you wanted people to take away from what you were saying?
For me personally, it was tough because I wanted to take accountability. I feel like I did on, when I did the podcast by myself with you guys. I feel like I've tried to, in my own ways, but it's really tough to do it in a way also, and also not try to be defensive. And it was a thin line I was trying to walk. I didn't want to be like argumentative. Like I wanted to be there to support Bailey as well. And we weren't trying to like throw hate on anyone. We were just trying to like be there and like see people and like show everyone how far our relationship has gone.
Yeah, I think just giving updates on like where we are now. I think that's also why people tune into the reunion to see where the couples are or if couples stayed together. I think that was a really big part of us. Like also just taking accountability. I think also slightly addressing some of the hate because I feel like a lot of the cast this season, not just us, has received like overwhelming amounts of hate too. And it's a dark place to be in at times. And so I think that was really our thing. I don't think that we came in like obviously there's moments where we've had like little tiffs with people on our cast and we didn't come in with the goals of like addressing those. It's kind of like one of those things like, if it comes up, we will address it then. I think we were also happy to address it in private, even if it didn't get handled at the reunion. But I feel like we did get to leave the reunion feeling really peaceful and calm. Obviously, I think people will still have questions about like things that happened this season, but there's not enough time to address everything always. And I feel like everyone deserves a chance to talk. And really, we did not want it to be like Bailey and Jeremy show. It's like, I think everyone has so many things to get off their chest, and they did that in the reunion. So I think we got a good amount of things covered, and I feel like that's all we can ask for.
Is there anything that you feel has gone unaddressed that you would like to address now?
I think it was just like more stuff like we didn't really talk about like so many of like the good moments from our show, and we've talked about this in your podcast before, but there were just like so many good things that we wish were shown, or so many things that might have been like people think something happened that didn't exactly happen the way like the first thing
Yeah,
that
that's
comes
I
to
was
mind.
gonna say that.
The first thing that comes to mind is like when she came in to talk about like the phone call. Like I get if you're just like a normal audience viewer, I get why you might not like me for certain things or might not support this, but like you just need to remember it's a TV show.
Yeah.
And like if you don't want to be happy for us where we're at right now, fine. Just don't leave nasty comments. Like keep it to yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing for everyone. Like maybe just keep those comments to yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, or like text your mom, send it to your girlfriends. Like,
Yeah, send it like
if
if like
you,
no one sends hateful DMs to each other, like I'm like, oh, talk shit to your friends.
Like maybe see a therapist.
But yeah, I think that was like it. I wish there was not enough time to go through certain things. I think everyone has little moments of things that they wanted to cover. And yeah, like him not walking after me, like getting up to walk after me. I was like, I wish we had time to cover that and explain like that. I also wish, I think for everyone that we could have like a timeline of like where days were and when things actually happened and how things got dragged out. And I think also we got to mention a little bit just like about where our mental space was for everybody. But like I think when the competition started, for sure, I think that everyone was really locked in on their couples. And I think that that kind of played to, I think people were really upset that some people didn't tell me about things. And I also think that I understand where people are coming from of being like, you're locked in on your couple and you're locked in on the competition. And sometimes you're not really thinking about everything else that's going on. It's like, you're just so focused because like when we were there, you're going to bed, like remembering that you have a competition tomorrow and you want to like be mentally ready for that competition. Obviously, we have no idea what's going to be thrown at us every day in paradise. So I feel like everyone's mental, we were just all focused on so many things at once. It was really hard to be like, okay, well, point fingers about a lot of different things while we were there. So I do feel like we got to cover a good amount of things. So yeah.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead and roll right in so you can enjoy the show.
Is with Samantha Mathis, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Brings in along for the... Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You and your teen grew up in different times, but the struggle, it still feels the same. Research shows that teens who struggle with their mental health are more likely to use drugs and alcohol. An open and honest conversation can make a real difference for the...
All the brands and products you and your family, extra big deal. You guys together before the show aired, and you all reunion.
Yeah, I think we're...
I know you two, Andrew and Alex, were friends. Where do you guys stand now? Because you guys do hash it out a little bit during the reunion.
Yeah, I think we're good now. So we we were good friends on the show, and we visited. Oh, we saw you, Joe. We visited them in Chicago.
Yeah, I was like, I saw you guys together before the show aired, and you all seemed like you were really good friends.
Yeah, and we were. We visited them in Chicago before the show aired, and I think it was just like
miscommunication.
I think it was like miscommunication. Like we were getting hate for a lot of the season, and they were getting hate for a little bit, and I feel like both parties felt like each other could have done a better job reaching out.
Yeah.
And it was also a tough place where like both like we wanted to also protect our partners, and we didn't want to like misstep. But so there was like, I haven't re-listened to the reunion, but I know there was like a bit of a back and forth, but like during we did make up with them, and like we're hanging out with them after, and we're in a good place.
Yeah, I would say we're in a really good place. And I think for Alex and I think it's just overwhelming. Like it's hard, even if you're just receiving hate for a week or 2 weeks, like it's still a lot on you. And I think also sometimes when you are receiving hate, it feels like it's hard to also reach out to other people. And I think that was a conversation that Alex and I both had. And I also understand like defensiveness coming from like Jeremy and Andrew, because it's like they want to protect us, and like we're our mental's in the ground. So I think it's also like, it's just a lot of stress. And I'm really happy that like we got to clear that up, because like I didn't want to feel like leaving Paradise and leaving this reunion like I didn't have friends that I made there. I like those are all of our people. And like I feel like we really got to leave on a good page with honestly everybody there. And I think that's like all we could have really asked for.
Yeah. And it really was like a great cast there and a family there. And only those people know exactly what we went through. So I'm glad we're able to like stay friends with everyone.
Yeah.
Nice.
How was the vibe at the after party? I heard after the reunion, you guys all went out.
Yeah, I mean, we just went. I don't know if it was so much of an after party, but there was a good little dinner and drink situation. But no, it was fun. Everyone was in good spirits.
Yeah, I feel like we were all just hanging out. Even after we filmed the podcast, we honestly were all, because after you film the podcast, like certain people are going to do like mini podcasts or mini talks, and we're all just filming content and just sitting there and talking with each other. And it just felt like we honestly just got to be like silly again and laugh. I think this season has been a little bit very like intensely emotional, and I feel like we all haven't really gotten that much time to laugh about things and laugh about each other and laugh about what happened there. And I feel like that was really good. We got to do that after the reunion, and I feel like that's literally like we were all, everyone, like Alicia, Kat, like Paris, like we were all, I mean Alex and I, like we were all together, and I feel like that's really what you want.
I think we all kind of realized too that this is probably the last time we're all going to be in the same place.
Yeah.
And like everything is like we try to like move past it and just like have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like therapeutic.
Yeah, it was really therapeutic.
It is too. It's like, after the show airs and stuff, you kind of like look back, and like even a few months from now, you're gonna look back and be like, that was such a good time. Like we actually did have a good time down there. Okay, so you guys announced some news. You are moving in together.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We don't have a definite date.
Yeah, we don't have a date yet, but
like definitely by the end of the year.
Yeah, by the end of the year for sure. I have a lot of clothes, so I think just it's gonna be a really
good luck.
Good luck, girl.
No,
good
thankfully
luck.
he has like a giant loft, and there's nothing up there. He has like 4 things up there, and so I'm gonna throw all my shit up there, everything. But yeah, I think going through all my clothes is going to be hard, and deciding what I'm going to like pick and choose to bring to New York will be really cool. And also very stressful. So I think we have a lot of traveling coming up. So kind of after we slow down on the traveling, when it's like freezing cold in New York, that's when we'll start doing all the
Nice.
moves.
Yeah, perfect time. Perfect time.
Perfect time to move.
What does the traveling look like? Where are you guys going?
I'm going to Abu Dhabi and to China.
Oh,
So
Oh, wow.
on the 24th of September, I leave to go to Abu Dhabi, and then I'm going to be in China. So that'll be really cool. I've always like wanted to go to China, and that's going to be like awesome. And
Yeah.
he's got some fun things he's working on that I don't think he's allowed
Oh,
to share yet. But stay tuned. I think that will be really cool. And then we're gonna just take it day by day and keep planning our future. So it's been really good.
Nice. And then you'll move into Jeremy's current apartment.
Yeah, he re-signed his lease. So
Okay, nice. You have some like time.
in the process of re-sign. I don't want to jinx it.
Knock on wood.
Is it, Jeremy, you have a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom?
It's a 1-bedroom, but it's kind of like a weird like setup where it's like a 1-bedroom, but I have 2 full bathrooms, and it's like
Amazing.
I got very lucky with it, so I don't want to lose it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Oh my gosh, Bailey, you'll have your own bathroom.
I know, it's so nice. I'm like, get away from me.
How has the
we'll have a poop bathroom and then a normal bathroom, and
there you
we'll have the
go.
poop, and it's his personal bathroom. So.
How has the meeting the family and friends been going?
It's been great. So I flew out to Portugal and met her mom and sister, which was great. I mean, I'd never been to Portugal, so I had so much fun. And then I also was in Atlanta and met her brother, and I met a bunch of her friends. And she actually met some of my family in Chicago. I have like cousins and aunts and uncles out there. And she has met my dad and his wife and my older sister, but she hasn't met my mom or younger sister yet.
Yeah,
And
so
just,
we're
like,
figuring
because of
out.
timing,
Yeah,
like,
we've been traveling a lot, so
Yeah.
I feel like, we've got to figure out time to like go to Connecticut and really get to see everyone.
Mhm.
But yeah, we've been doing a lot of friends. It turns out we have a lot of friends, so that will be really. I'm like, okay, we have more friends. We're keeping a list of everyone, but yeah, I feel like we've been doing a good job of like FaceTiming our friends and doing introductions that way. And he's met a lot of my best friends as well. So I feel like, we're working towards meeting everyone that really matters. And I feel like it's been really good.
Mhm.
Has everyone in your life been supportive of your relationship, or have you had some criticism?
I think honestly, what really helped is he got to meet a lot of my friends before the show aired. So I feel like they got to really get to know him as a person. And I think that's what really helped, being able to separate these small moments of drama of like where you would think your friends should be questioning things. And I think my friends realized that this is still a TV show, and like they have gotten to really know him like inside and out. And so I feel like we've been honestly really well received by like all of our friends and family. Honestly, my mom like didn't watch. She was like, it's too much TV. She's like, respectfully, love you guys, but she's like, I do not have time for that. So her friends like send her recaps, and it's really funny. And she watches TikTok, so she'll watch like recaps on TikTok.
I love that. I love that your mom's like, I don't have time.
She was like, it was top 3 episodes for Grant season. She's like, you're on all 10? She's like, what?
She's like, Bailey, I was hoping you were going to make it that far.
My mom's like, I thought you were going to be there for 2 weeks. Like, she's like, why are you on every episode? And they're 3 hours long. I was like, I know, girl. Like, I'm sorry. She's like,
You're like, sit down and watch me. She's like,
no,
I can't.
and she's in Portugal too. So it's like, it's 5 hours ahead. So she's like, so I have to stay up till 2 a.m. and watch this? She's like, no, I'm good. She's
You're
like,
like, you could just tell me.
no, literally, she's like, you just tell me, and everyone just texts her updates. But I feel like your mom didn't really fully watch. She watched.
No, my mom watched.
Okay.
I mean, the thing, my friends and family, like they know I could be an idiot, and they also know how I am as a person. So, they don't really.
Yeah, I feel like they were laughing.
that.
They were like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you're being like that's a joke," and
Yeah,
other people didn't know it was a joke.
And then in terms of Bailey, like even before they met, like my friends and family trust me, so they know if I love someone, they'll love them as well.
Yeah, same. I feel like both of our friends and family really trust like our decision-making skills. So I feel like that's also really peaceful. So we're really lucky that everyone's been like really supportive of this journey, and really happy that it's also like slightly over for us, so that we can have like calm moments finally. And so yeah, we're excited.
during the reunion, Jeremy, we hear you say to Kathy, like, don't take my words out of context.
Yeah.
Why do you think she did that?
Well, I think it was two parts, but that original part she was talking about, I think was literally from the night before when I saw her in the hotel. And I don't even remember what she said.
Oh, I know. So basically, she said something. Kathy came to our hotel room before the reunion was filmed because she was like on the same floor as us. And Parisa did too. We were all there. We were like looking at seals outside of our balcony. And we were like making jokes because I think like me, Kathy, and Jeremy were all Tauruses, and we all have like really dark sense of humors. I think Kathy especially. And so she'll always make jokes and be like, I love you. And then Jeremy calls her a traitor for sending us home, which like she is the reason we went home. And like we stand by that. I'm like, Kathy, I love you. I adore you. But like you still sent me home, like there's still a little beef. No, there's not real beef, but we just
You're like you cost me $500,000, Kathy.
I'm like, okay, you owe me $500,000, Kathy. So I don't know, like pay up. I'll take monthly installments at this point. But yeah, so we always just have this like little banter back and forth. And she just asked Jeremy, she's like, do you still hate the Goldens? And he was like, I don't.
And then also like referencing the thing I said in the day, I'm like, no, like I explained myself in the reunion. I wasn't a fan of them coming to the beach at first. I ended up, loving Keith and Kathy. When I made that comment, I was like, yeah, I didn't want to stand around and listen to these long monologues forever when I was like trying to talk to Bailey. But no, I happen to like love Keith and Kathy. We give each other shit. I tell her, I'm like, she's like my aunt, where like we'll just go and like fuck around and like talk shit about each other.
Yeah, Kathy like loves to talk shit, which I love.
Well, she's still mad at Serena for like 2 years.
I think we actually finally. No, Kathy does hold grudges. That's absolutely not
true. You're going to say that right now? You're gonna say that
yes,
right
and
now?
Kathy, if you're listening, I stand by this comment. You hold grudges, okay?
Literally, she looked us in the eye and she was like, I don't hold grudges. I'm like,
you guys do.
I'm like, Kathy, you're a Taurus. You do hold grudges. And I know because I hold, like, I have had grudges for like 20 years. Like, I'm full in the paint. Like, I stand 10 toes down on some things. And I'm like, Kathy, you 100% do hold grudges. I love you, but
I think so too.
Kathy, I just want to let you know, if you are listening to this, I'm staying out of it. So just to let you know,
Joe is not mad.
But no, me and Kathy are cool. She's invited us down to Austin.
We love
times.
her.
Yeah,
nice.
she talks a lot.
Amazing.
Make parking the easiest part of your night with ParkWiz. Reserve ahead.
Your way. Smoke. Find yours in.
The risk of substance
every day. Shop this week.
Yeah, I mean, like, how could you not be shocked?
Were you? So when you guys go back to the finale for, what is it called? The jury of something.
The jury of peers.
The jury of peers. Yeah.
Parliament of Paradise. Jury of
Parliament of Paradise.
Were you guys completely shocked over the whole Sean Kat's got a boyfriend who she's texting?
Yeah, there's a good shot of you, Jeremy.
Yeah,
where
you
like,
just did what you just did was what you did.
I mean, like, how could you not be shocked? I didn't know really about any of that, so I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, we were just like fresh off getting eliminated, also.
Yeah.
So like, I think we got eliminated, and they were like, "Surprise, you're not going home."
Yeah.
We were like, "What?"
You'll be back in 2 days.
Back, and like obviously at that moment we like had a little bit of revenge in our mind. I think that's why we wore black, and we were like, we're gonna do all that. But then we were also just like, we love these people, like they're our friends. So then when we got there, we were just like, whatever revenge. But yeah, I think that was really crazy. Like, we were very shocked. I know Sean and Alicia you weren't with me, but they just let me know that they were gonna like talk about things. They wanted everyone to know like the truth, or whatever. They wanted to get things off their chest. And I was like, and it's hard because I think in that moment you don't want to be seen like going around and having small conversations. So it's like you're faced with two evils. It's like, do you address the whole group, or do you go around to everyone and have all these side conversations? And so
yeah, and you do see her say that in the finale, where she's like, did we make the wrong decision? But like the alternative is pulling everyone one by one, and then that's also sneaky. I mean, I feel like they were committed to saying their piece. It was more just a matter of like how they were.
Yeah, I think that's why they stayed, because they were like, we have this information and we want it to be shared. So yeah.
Yeah, shocking for sure.
Yeah, it was shocking. I feel like every day in Paradise was shocking. I never had a dull moment. We were in
No.
war every day finding
Who did you guys vote for
for
the
that.
jury of peers? Did
So
you vote for?
we voted
Yeah.
differently. I voted for Jess and Spencer to share the prize money with Alex and Andrew. Jeremy holds
voted-
grudges. So
It wasn't even like I explained
No.
this in the reunion. I voted for no one to move forward, and that has nothing
besides
to do.
Alex and Andrew.
Besides for Alex
Yeah.
and Andrew, they were already like in the finals at that point, and it
Yeah.
had nothing to do. By the way, Spencer and Dale are both good friends of mine. Like I love them both, but it had nothing to do besides the fact that they both sent me home. They both voted to send me home. Like, why would I not vote to send you home?
Yeah, I mean,
No, yeah.
yeah.
They're like,
You're like, you
nothing
screwed me
to
out of $500,000. I'm not gonna give you $500,000.
Yeah, and like me and Spencer we talked about it that night. We've talked about it multiple times. We talked about it yesterday. Like,
yeah, we were still
it's-
friends when that happened. We're still friends after. And
yeah,
honestly, I also was just like, I know if Jess and Spencer do win, they're going to take us to Disney on an all expense paid vacation. So I'm in it.
and not for nothing. I also knew that I was probably one of the only people voting like that. Like I knew no matter what that Jess and Spencer were moving forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was a surprise as a viewer that's kind of how the vote swung. If you guys had been the only couple at the end and it was between each other or $500,000, have you thought about what you would have done?
We talked about this once because while we were still there, we were like, "What if the final challenge is choosing money or love?" I was like, "Yeah, like I'll take the money for us, so we have money, and then we'll just rekindle the next day." And all of
Whenever the contract goes out.
I was like,
I mean, yeah, that's just like so that like why
I'm
wouldn't
that's
you do that?
$500,000.
It's I'll tell you why. It's because people are like too scared to look like a douchebag on TV. But like I will gladly do that for $250,000 that we get a split.
Yeah.
Or $500,000, however much it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bailey's just standing there like Jeremy's down with a bag of money. She's like, "Hey, see you tomorrow." Good job.
One thing about
I meet in New York.
and like I'd already like obviously we could just like DM each other the next day or something, but I'd already like memorized her phone number. So like it was an easy like
He was like, I know who I'm texting. We thought we were going to be like separated all of a sudden. We got eliminated and we actually just got to leave together, which was really nice, like fully
That's
together.
nice.
So he was like memorizing my phone number so that he could text me as soon as we got our phones. But yeah, we did talk about it. And obviously, you know, I was going to pick love because that's me. And he was going to pick money so that we could survive and do everything we wanted. So
Yeah. The way the show used to work, and it kind of still does, is it was an engagement at the end. You guys were close to the end. Did you have a conversation about a potential engagement?
Yeah, I mean the conversation for us was like that we're not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy for Justin Spencer. Love them both. But like we were, even though we're in the show, we're also trying to take it like normal life, which is hard to do. I asked her to be my girlfriend at the end. I thought that was a big step. I would never have done that if, you know, I wasn't serious about it, but I don't think either of us would have been ready for a real engagement after, you know, a few weeks, no matter how well you get to know someone after a few weeks. And neither of us like want to just get engaged for the hell of it.
yeah,
wanted
like
to
I
really
definitely
mean
didn't
something.
want to. I think also just like where we were emotionally, I can't fathom us getting engaged. And then like if it didn't work in the real world, I would be like very distraught. So I feel like obviously you come to the show thinking you might get engaged. Like, did I bring a dress? Of course, I'm prepared for everything. But I think as we kind of got closer, we were just like, oh wait, we just can't fathom doing this right now for us at least. Like I think we really wanted to like acclimate into normal life, and we knew that we had distance and a lot of things in the way, and just we wanted to make sure that that would work outside of Paradise too. So
And it does.
yeah, and it does. So I feel like, you know, everyone's on their own timeline and everyone has different goals in mind, and I feel like we made the right decision for us, and yeah, we're really happy.
Yeah, like regardless of what anyone says, like we're a couple that got engaged and it worked, but like there's a big part of doing that. There's like luck involved. Like we got lucky.
It's a risk.
It's a
like,
big risk because you really do only know each other for 18 days.
yeah, like we were like, well, we'll see how this goes.
Like if it was the regular, like if we were in the real world and I met Serena, and then 18 days later I asked her to marry me, she would be like, this guy's.
I'd be like, I'm getting a restraining order.
Yeah, this guy's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're like, oh, he's insane.
You're insane.
Yeah. I mean, on the flip side, I do slightly get it in the sense that like time moves different. So like
Yeah.
18
Definitely.
days or however long on Paradise
That's
is
3
like
years.
months in the real world. So
That's 3 years bachelor
it's
time.
obviously
So
similar. Yeah.
It's, Bachelor Nation is small in terms of the contestants that have been on the show. Is it going to be awkward if you guys run into Susie? Have you run into Susie?
No, I don't actually. So I feel like I have so much love for Susie. I think she's literally the greatest person ever. She's so sweet. She's so amazing. She's so nice. And actually, after I don't know what episode it was, but after basically the phone call came to light, she sent me literally the sweetest message I've ever received. It was very long, and I had to take some time to actually read it because I was overwhelmed in that moment. But the message was really encouraging, and she just let me in on like a little bit of details about their date and how Jeremy spoke about me on the date. And she was like, I know he had moments of doubt, but she was like, on the date, I knew that he wasn't going to pick me. I knew he was going to pick you based on how he spoke about you. And I think that was a really, calming thread. And she's always sending me nice messages. And I sent her a really grateful message for that. And, I'm always going to support her and cheer her on. And hopefully when I'm in LA again, we'll find some time to like hang out and do something. Cause I actually met her at like Grant AFR. So, and she was so sweet then. So yeah, I think we'll definitely continue a friendship. And I feel like there's no bad blood. There's no beef. Obviously, we wish that her name like wouldn't have been dragged on for so long. I think that that's really hard for her to have to like deal with. It's like, dang, she's still getting brought up, Yeah.
This girl got an hour
It's
screen
like, it's
time,
hard for
not
both
even-
of us, but I do really feel for her. I feel like of just being like, okay, you left. And then like, that next episode happened where her name was brought up again. And then later it's like 4 episodes later, it's like, it's still brought up. So yeah, that was intense. I also feel like the comment on the finale of Susie Who was a little bit intense and very unnecessary. I don't even think he didn't even notice it, but I did. And I was like, oh my God, that's really intense because that's really not how we view it. There's no like, bad blood. Obviously he's like keeping distance because that would be crazy. But I really do like think she's an amazing person. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's so nice that she reached out to you and like kind of supported both of you in that way, like in like your relationship journey.
She's such a good person. I feel like she's really honestly just like making jokes and laughs about it. And I think that's all that you can do, like is just be silly about it because there's no bad blood.
For a couple, you went through a lot of backlash, and you guys have made it through the storm. Any advice you would give to a couple that kind of goes through it, next season of Paradise?
Yeah, I'll give the advice that I give to her, which is like, stay off Reddit. Like, who cares what these 50 people are saying? Like, don't look in like, I could tell for her the difference. Like, if we wake up one morning and she looks at like comments on like Instagrams or doesn't, like, I could tell the difference in how she's acting.
Yeah.
It's much easier. Like, I have pretty thick skin, and if you get tens of thousands of comments, like, they could start to get to you, and it gets to a point where it's hard not to look. But also after being through it, all of it, like, try to stay out of the comments and like just laugh at it. Like, maybe laugh at it like after the drama, but like laugh at it.
Yeah, and I think also Alex and Andrew mentioned this at the reunion, but just being able to like restart your relationship when you come home. Obviously, you take the foundation that you built in Paradise, but I think also just restarting and living normal life together is really important. And I think that's what really like helped us and made us realize that we really do like love each other. This like love that we started with and felt while we were there actually did translate for us. And I think that was really important too. And yeah, spending a lot of time together. I feel like go from Paradise where you're with each other all day, every day. You barely spend time alone. And so I think it was really important for us to always keep planning trips and like making, as many advanced plans as we can of just things to look forward to.
That was super important because we've both previously been in like long distance relationships, and we both didn't want that. So we were like, we need to put an effort there. And it's honestly been super easy. And we've spent like the majority of the time like, really next to each other since the show ended filming.
That's amazing.
I think that's the correct advice. Well,
John approves.
well, I do. I actually, but that's kind of what I've always said. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I truly think you guys are going to make it, like all the way.
Right.
That's my prediction.
We believe in you guys. We're really happy for you guys.
I do believe in you guys. So yeah, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
guys in New York.
Yeah, love
Yes.
you
Of
guys.
course.
Definitely.
And to our listeners, thank you guys so much for listening to the Bachelor Happy Hour. Make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
We will have new and exclusive interviews for you every single week. Thanks for listening. Bye.